So, a very good evening to all my dear students. Let us start with the second lecture. As you all know, in the first lecture, basically, we understood what is code of ethics, code of conduct, types of code of ethics, right? Now we have to basically do the steps, basically, okay? मतलब guidelines for developing code of ethics. अगर हमें कोई if we want to develop a code, guidelines means what students, again what are the basic key things that are to be kept in mind, उसके बारे में बात हो रही है, right? So let me explain it to you students now. Okay, point by point we will go. Okay, एनालिसिस ऑफ करंट लेजिस्लेशन, इसका क्या मीनिंग है स्टूडेंट्स? एनालाइज करंट सिचुएशन. सी ये जो आंसर है पर्टिकुलरली दिस पीपीटी, ओके, इफ आई विल टेल यू, it is explained mostly from a legal point of view. We are looking at things from an ethics point of view, ethics program. So talking about this, customize your code, आपकी textbook का point if I say. See, customize means what? Whatever is applicable to your company. I'll give you a simple example, students. For example, if you are going somewhere to buy clothing or something, you tell me one thing now, students. Basically, अगर आप कहीं पे जा रहे हो, ओके, तो जस्ट टेल मी वन थिंग, इज इट लाइक आपको आपका जो सर्टेन साइज है, वॉट एवर इट इज, विल इट सूट एवरी वन साइज फिट्स ऑल? ऐसा नहीं होता है, यस और नो? देर आर डिफरेंट साइजेस विच विल फिट डिफरेंट पीपल. That is what I am trying to make you understand, students. So same way, first thing is customize, means on the basis of your current situation. You, for example, if a company is there, Godrej, they cannot say, right, कि for example what HUL is following या दूसरी कोई company है what they are following, they will follow the exact same thing. It will be different for all. Okay, next point, if I tell you involve employee, this is important. मतलब see, same point that's written here, consultation process. Now you tell me, students, I am asking you a simple question. Shamal had already answered in the previous session. For whom is code of ethics made? For whom? Now everyone else answer. Shamal has already answered. अब बाकी लोग भी answer करो. For whom the code of ethics is meant specially, if I will ask you. Can you tell me? Good, Sunaina, for the employees. Absolutely. Now see, students, what do you feel? अब ये जो code है, it is meant for the employees to follow. They are supposed to conduct in a certain way. So don't you think before making it, we should also ask them? Yes or no? See, for example, I will give you on a personal level. Students, whenever even I gift my मेरी friend, whenever she has a birthday, if I want to give her something, okay, I always ask her. Means, for example, see, my friend normally, what she was telling me is once, okay, someone had given her a photo frame. Personally, I mean, she is not someone who loves something like that. मतलब see, आप लोग खुद सोचो students, if your friends give you any gift, or अगर if if you don't like the gift, or it is of no use to you basically, what is the point? You won't use the thing, yes or no? ऐसे ही घर पे somewhere it would be lying somewhere, yes or no? That is what I mean to tell you over here, students. That is what is told here. Analysis of current legislation means what? Basically, if I will tell you, as Shamal has rightly told once again, you are involving both employees also and higher authorities. Matlab, if it is meant for them, basically, okay. What it basically means over here is, they have to follow. Q, because if employees are themselves not comfortable, what is the point basically? Yes or no? Okay. Next point is consult key stakeholders. यहाँ पे it comes under consultation only. See, key stakeholders means what, students, if I try to explain you? Other than employees. See, if I will tell you, normally when you are making such important policies for any company, key stakeholders means, for example, if I will tell you, there are, shareholders of a company. Yes or no? See, shareholders are nothing but owners of a firm. I have already told you. Okay, so when it comes to owners, it shouldn't happen na students ki, for example, owners jo hai basically, right, they are kept unaware of something. Unaware means उन्हें पता नहीं है basically what is happening in the organization. Ultimately what will happen is they will lose trust. Okay, that is what is told here basically students. So in order to avoid situations like these, it is always better, see, to involve people, right? Many a times, all what people want is at least today they should be kept aware. Yes or no? See, students, for example, if I will tell you tomorrow if any update comes regarding to your attendance or exam, I'm just keeping the information to myself. मैं आप लोगों के साथ share नहीं कर रही हूँ. Then ideally exams you all are going to give, yes or no? So it even becomes my duty to share. Okay, next, if I will tell you next point basically, outsource carefully. Now see students, ये point जो है basically try to understand ये, it's okay, इसमें जो point लिखा है drafting of the code. Draft का meaning क्या होता है? See, try to understand students, draft is not a final thing. Before making the final thing हम लोग जो करते हैं that is known as a draft. Okay, now if you will ask me कि मैम पहले हम लोग ड्राफ्ट क्यों बनाते हैं, what is the reason? The main reason being, we don't make any mistakes. That is why a draft is preferred. Draft is nothing but a rough copy sort of like. Okay, yeah. Next, if I will tell you students what, so outsource carefully means what students, many a times if it is told that, if you are confused ki how to make this ethical policy, it might happen ki top management themselves don't have any background. If you remember students, I had clearly told you ethics and all ye sab jo concepts hai, they are relatively modern terms. Okay, pehle if you see there was nothing at like ethics, CSRB, there was no concepts like these. These are, things of today's time. Okay, so again, if the management doesn't have any knowledge, maybe, even they can take help of experts also, जो लोग experts होते हैं, right? Because again, see, I remember students, even in Godrej, when some interviews used to happen, they used to call people from outside the company. Now you will ask me why, ma'am, ऐसा, why people from outside come basically? Because see, जब बाहर के लोग आते हैं, they will first of all obviously bring their own set of experience with them. Other than that, whatever decision they will make, it will be unbiased information. Unbiased means what? For example, you all know company में there are very high chances कि favoritism हो, someone is being favored. So in order to avoid all of this basically ये सब होता है, right? Yeah. Next, if I will explain you students, next what is told here basically is, um, okay, consider good examples. Like see, वो भी in a way drafting में ही आ जाता है. Like see, I'll give you tell you a simple thing. Class में, I remember right from school days, what our parents used to tell. जो first आता है, someone who's a first ranker, everyone wants to follow them. हम बोलते हैं ना कि whatever he or she teaching method they are using, you also go to the same class, follow them, right? It's a very simple thing in that way. So same way, for example, if you see normally when it comes to ethics, developing a good code of conduct, see, code of conduct, remember students, code of ethics and conduct, it is, always remember, it is made for the betterment of employees, so that there is discipline in the organization, not to unnecessarily trouble anyone. किसी को परेशान करने के लिए नहीं बनाते हैं हम लोग ये सब. Okay, yeah. Same way, if I will tell, good examples means companies like Tata's, Godrej, those who are really ethical, they really care about stakeholders. Godrej का I remember I had told you students, yes or no, क्या था basically Godrej का, if you see, when it comes to environment, caring for the environment, they are very proactive, right? I mean, they understand कि environment is also a very important part of the stakeholder, so even we have to be responsible to them. Yes or no? Okay. Yeah. Next, if I will tell you students, uh, comments and plotting of the code. इसका क्या मीनिंग है स्टूडेंट्स? क्लैरिटी की बात की गई है. Now see students, for example if I will tell you हम लोग जो whatever thing we are doing, yes or no, we shouldn't mix it up with two or three things. What I basically mean to tell you over here is when we mix up things, it creates confusion. So for example if I will tell you, now if you are supposed to write assignments, like example, or study for your exams, is it like you will select one particular subject, yes or no, then only you will start studying. It's not like na कि for example I am studying two three subjects at once. ऐसा नहीं होता, because our mind can concentrate only on one thing at a time. Yes or no? That is basically what is told over here, students. So same way, clarity means, for example, if I will tell, okay, कि जो भी है there should be clear things. What employees, हम बोलते हैं ना कई बार sometimes things become confusing. It is written in two way कि employees confuse हो जाते हैं, उन्हें नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. Policy ideally we were even told students when I was working in Godrej, it has to be crystal clear. Crystal clear means what? See, I'll give you an example, students. Now you tell me, how many of you shop online on Amazon and all? Whatever, Flipkart, Amazon, all e-commerce websites. How many of you shop? Just answer me in the chat box. How many of you shop, and how many of you know the process of returns and refunds uspe? Have you ever done it? I mean on any website I am telling for that sake. You will be like, ma'am, you are only talking about Amazon. Okay, great. Shamal knows. So see, what I am trying to tell you is when you initiate for a refund, okay, always remember, good Venkatesh also knows. So see, agar aap dekhte ho, they have a certain page known as FAQ. What is the meaning of FAQ? Is frequently asked questions. मतलब see, for example if I will tell you, frequently asked question means अगर हमें पता होता है, there are some questions जो already, for example I know refund policy in Amazon normally takes 48 hours. मतलब मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर रही हूँ कि मैंने आज इफ आई प्लेस्ड अ रिफंड, आज आई रिटर्न समथिंग, तो तुरंत विद इन 24 आवर्स नहीं मिलेगा, यू विल गेट इट विद इन 48 आवर्स, राइट? तो वो वैसी चीजें, इट इज क्लियरली रिटर्न. सी समटाइम्स व्हेन यू गो टू द टेम्पल, स्टूडेंट, यस और नो, अगर आप मंदिर में जा रहे हो, थिंग्स आर क्लियरली रिटर्न देयर, हिंदी में लिखा हुआ होता है, कृपा करके आपके चप्पल जो भी है बाहर उतारे, राइट? नाउ सी व्हाई दे आर राइटिंग इट, बेसिकली क्या वो एक एक सो मेनी विजिटर्स कम, इज इट लाइक दे विल कीप ऑन टेलिंग ईच एंड एवरीवन कि प्लीज रिमूव करो. Sometimes when things are easy to understand, yes or no, why you want to complicate? I mean whatever the message is, it should be crystal clear. Comments and plotting means, I've told you, Abhi, it's not finalized. What we have to basically do here is comments. For example, if something needs to be revised, कुछ add करना है, कुछ delete करना है, yes or no, that is what they are talking about. Okay, yeah. Next, if I will tell you, students, finalization of the code. मतलब finalization means what? We are talking about implementation, students. Implementation means what? When you have to, put things into actual, हम बोलते हैं ना, lights, camera, action. Means जब चीजें actual में करने की बारी आती है, उसकी बात हो रही है, right? So, for example, if I will tell you, see again, I have told you many a times. For example, if I will tell you, especially, when students are doing maths, okay, what normally happens if you see, when we, it might happen, maybe ethic, any subject you take, when we sit in the class, lecture attend karte, that time we are like, yes ma'am, we have understood everything. But when it comes to actual doing things, you will be like, अरे what ma'am taught me, I forgot somehow, नहीं याद रहा मुझे. ऐसा होता है, yes or no? I am sure it happens with everyone. That is what is basically told here, students. So when we actually implement, we start doing it, there are many problems that might come. इसलिए, that is what is told, students. Basically, what code of ethics we are making, all the policies and all, they should be, flexible. Flexible means what? Rigid नहीं होना चाहिए. Means for example, every teacher of mine gave this example of a rubber band. Yes or no? If you have a look at rubber band, it is so flexible. Yes or no? अगर हम flexible नहीं होते, क्या होता है? वो टूट जाता है. I mean things break up. That is what is basically told. Even company students, for example, I always tell about Nokia. They were basically not able to adapt very well to Android technology. Nokia, if you remember, एक time में नाम था उनका. Take an example of Yahoo. Okay, but because they were not flexible, what happened is they were not able to see. आप लोग देखो students, there was a saying in Hindi, I remember when we were young, एक पेड़ भी, for example, if there is a tree, अगर wind आ रही है, yes or no, तो ऐसे ट्री होते हैं जो झुक जाते हैं, राइट? आई मीन दे गो इन फ्लो, तो वो टूटते नहीं है. बट अगर इफ देर इज वन ट्री, इट इज वेरी स्टिल. ओके, इफ इट इज देयर, व्हाट नॉर्मली हैपेंस इज वो टूट जाएगा आराम से, right? I mean, again, coping up with times. इसलिए students, what is basically told here is specific का point जो है. I mean, everything has to be in writing, students, in companies. Always remember. Orally, for example, if I will tell you, see, अगर oral की बात हो रही है, anyone can say anything in the company, yes or no. But again, if you see, there has to be a proper system to be followed. That is what is basically told over here. Okay? Yeah. Next, if I will tell you finalization of the code. See, finalization means what? Basically, now we are coming to the last stage almost. Chalo, not last, but it is about to end. Final means what? Now the entire thing is prepared. आपकी textbook में एक point लिखा है plan for education, that will come ahead. Finalization means finally everything is being prepared. Okay, it's the final state कि सब कुछ बन चुका है, everything is in a proper. Students, many a times when companies make code, again I am giving you a personal examples, they normally take the help of lawyers also, because especially in today's times, even the companies are very careful. You will ask me now why, ma'am? Because क्या हो रहा है, the language that they use. Okay, because see, future में companies don't want to face any legal consequences, yes or no? That is what is basically told over here, students. Okay, yeah. Next point is plan for education, मतलब adoption of the code. इसका क्या मीनिंग है स्टूडेंट्स? इफ आई विल टेल यू अडॉप्शन ऑफ द कोड, मतलब एक बार कोड बन गया है, आई हैव टोल्ड यू मेनी टाइम्स, इट इज मेड फॉर द एम्प्लॉय, yes or no. So I mean employees को पता तो होना चाहिए ना क्या है. So here what they are talking about basically is training, means training employees to adopt. First of all, what is our duty बन जाता है तो उन्हें पता तो होना चाहिए एम्प्लॉयज को व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन द कंपनी. जिसके लिए कोड बन रहा है उसके हमने मेहनत की है इतनी, वी हैव वर्कड हार्ड टू मेक अ गुड कोड ऑफ एथिक्स, यस और नो. तो कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट उन्हें पता होना चाहिए. तो वही आपकी टेक्स्ट बुक में लिखा है, क्लियर अबाउट एनफोर्समेंट. मीन्स सिंपली, सी आई हैव टोल्ड यू दिस एग्जांपल प्रोबेबली, if someone wants to take an auto to the station, what we normally tell to the auto wala, भैया स्टेशन ले लो सीधा, yes or no. We won't confuse him ना कि पहले आप लेफ्ट लो, फिर राइट लो, फिर सीधा जाओ, फिर यू टर्न लो. Anyone will get confused, yes or no. That is what is basically told over here is, yeah. The next point, if I will tell over here is, revise the code. यहाँ पे डिसेमिनेशन का मीनिंग ही हो जाता है इम्प्लीमेंटेशन. सी, रिविजन आई हैव ऑलवेज टोल्ड यू स्टूडेंट्स, कोई भी कोड्स होते हैं, अगेन दिस समवन कैन नॉट बी वेरी फ्लेक्सिबल. If you will ask me why, ma'am, see students, I mean sorry, someone cannot be very rigid. I mean flexible तो सबको होना ही चाहिए आज के टाइम में. Why I'm telling you this is, if someone is very rigid, मैंने आपको वो ट्री का एग्जाम्पल दिया, yes or no, that company won't be able to survive. If I'll give you an example, if there is an organization which is very strict, बहुत strict है वो, so ultimately what will happen is, अगर if the codes are not employee friendly and all, what will happen is ultimately employees will leave the company, good employees. I mean कुछ companies ऐसी में भी होती है, they make purposely such rules which are meant to trouble the employees. तो what will happen ultimately is they will lose good employees. फिर ultimately एक बार ये process, it's a long consequence. Even slowly, then the shareholders will lose trust in you. Okay, so I hope you are understanding, students. Today what we did is the code of ethics, code of conduct, how exactly we are supposed to frame code of ethics. See, code of conduct, ये जो concept है, it is not something very in detail. आपको पता ही है conduct का meaning क्या हो जाता है, basically something that the employee has to follow. Conduct करना means implement करना. Okay, so yeah, now you tell me, students, anyone wants to ask anything? कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, want me to repeat? And see, students, before I show you some videos, I wanted to ask you a last question also. कि is there anything for Saturday that you want me to repeat, any answer? Maybe those people who are new, do you want to me to repeat something? Please then let me know. Any concept, see, I would request those of you at least who have a textbook. Okay, आप लोग एक बार just if possible please go through it. मैं तो obviously I refer your textbook, okay, for teaching you, but आप लोग भी एक बार go through कर लो, students, basically. Next lecture में there is one concept of CSR scorecard. What exactly it is, India में CSR का क्या scope है, NGOs का, that I will take up. Okay, फिर और एक भी है ISO 9000, ISO 14000, that we are going to do on Saturday. Okay, yeah, UNDP and all, I remember. If I go GRI, Global Reporting Initiative, and all of it is done basically, if you remember, students. Okay, huh. So anyone wants to ask me anything now, or any concept you want me to take it on Saturday, please let me know. Fine. So I will do one thing, students. Today I will show you a video of obviously what we did today, code of our steps in implementing. इसके अलावा CSRC, students, I'm purposely doing this now. I'm again really happy because क्या हो रहा है, for those of you who have joined new. Okay, so what I have done is, basically CSR, I remember I had started it since the very first lecture. So that also I am doing, and this also I am doing. Matlab everything, even for those of you who are joining new, it's in a way आपका भी revision हो रहा है. Yeah. Okay. Shamal has asked me a good question. I remember there were two students who had come to college. Even they had asked me this. So I will answer. See, for your subject, students, see, again I am telling you, this is basically your internal marks. बाकी teachers आप लोगों के लिए quiz and all रख रहे हैं वो. Okay, so same way, students, ये internal marks, always remember, it is in the hands of the subject teacher. मतलब for example, even I have seen on your group for your other three subjects जो है, right, what they have told you basically is they are going to keep a class test, okay, on a certain time. So now for my subject, as you all know, मैंने आप लोगों को I have given you those 6 assignment questions. Okay, what I mean to tell you over here is it depends on the teacher. तो मैं आप लोगों के लिए I am not keeping the quiz, I am taking your assignments. So see, I am repeating once again in my lecture, if there is any one of you who has not submitted the assignment till now, make sure you submit it. आपको you have to write it, those 6 questions I have posted yesterday on your group. Those 6 questions you are supposed to write. Take photographs, photo leke you have to convert it into a PDF form. Okay, there are many apps like tap scanner hai, cam scanner hai. Easily they are available on Google Play Store, right? So you can download that and easily आप कर सकते हो. Those who have already submitted, no need to submit it again. See, I'll tell you, maybe by tomorrow, may once again, I will post the name of the students, those who have not submitted. Okay, and accordingly, I will let you know. ठीक है, so that even you come to know कि आपका आया है कि नहीं. Okay. Yeah, so for my subject at least I am not keeping any class test. आपका assignment जो है, on the basis of that your final internal marks will be given. Okay? Yeah. So I hope that clears your query. Anyone wants to ask anything else? Any students? कुछ नहीं समझ में आया. I want me to repeat. Okay, so I'll do one thing now. I'll stop sharing this. See, ये जो final PPT है students, let me tell you, I will share it with you on Saturday. Okay, because that will be our last lecture for this semester. So Saturday को you will get it definitely the entire PPT. I mean, right from lecture 1 to whatever we do on Saturday. Okay, you will get it on Saturday. So let me go to YouTube. सो पहले आज का देख लेते हैं. स्टेप्स इन इम्प्लीमेंटिंग कोड ऑफ एथिक्स. See, let's have a look at this video, students. Students, I think I had given you an example of Google का वीडियो मैंने आप लोगों को नहीं दिखा है. I will show that to you also, okay, today. Okay, this is a sketch form. Okay, ideas की बात हो रही है. Sketch it out. Okay, so it's shown in an animated form again. Students, this is a very interesting book for those of you who like to read. Die empty. Matlab, when you are dying, basically, is there any values or good things that you have done in life? हम बोलते हैं ना karma, students. Is your karma good or bad? उसकी बात हो रही है. Okay? I'll do. See, students, have a look at this. I think I'll stop here. See, it is again a very good PPT that they have shown here. What they are telling basically, if I will tell you, is focus on your ethics. मतलब core values आपकी क्या है, उसकी बात हो रही है. Okay. Next, what is told here is, see, look at appointments, commitments, and tasks. मतलब if I will tell you basically, क्या इसमें कहा है basically is कि आप लोग फर्स्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. सी, दिस इज बेसिकली कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट की बात हो रही है, राइट. मतलब इफ वी आर कम कंडक्ट, इफ वी आर सपोज टू कंडक्ट थिंग्स इन अ राइट मैनर, तो पहले एथिक्स, कोड ऑफ एथिक्स क्लियर होना चाहिए. मैंने आप लोगों को क्लैरिटी का पॉइंट कहा था. Yes or no? Okay, same way, see what is written second is, how will you apply ethics to each of them. ये again this normally is the concern of top management. मतलब अगर हम देखते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, नॉर्मली व्हाट हैपेंस इज कि when we are doing something, okay, ethics, it becomes very difficult to apply it in real life. That is what is told here basically. तो ये जो gap है, that we have to identify. Okay, that is what is being told here. Okay, next, what is consider potential pitfalls. Pitfalls means what, students? Something that we are lacking. Okay, that is what is told here is. And determine how will you handle them. Matlab, see, if I will tell you, many problems or obstacles come. That is why I clearly told you students today, handling some situations in a good manner, flexibility is required. Yes or no? So now let us have a look at the video. मिशन की बात हो रही है, राइट. मिशन का मीनिंग क्या होता है, देखो स्टूडेंट्स. क्या हमें प्रेजेंट में व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, आर वी पुटिंग द राइट एफर्ट, उसकी बात हो रही है. पीपल, ऑब्वियसली फॉर देम. Again, they are talking about, I would say, the positive things in life. Okay, see students, अगर top manager है, ideally उनके लिए भी, sometimes I remember when I was in Godrej, okay, there were many lectures on leadership, peace of mind. Why I'm telling you this basically, students, is, because normally if you see, it becomes very important for a leader. If a leader himself is not balanced, how can he lead a good team? उनके लिए वो proper code कैसे बनाएगा? Yes or no? Okay, see students, again, if you want to read this book, those who like to read books, they always can read it. Okay, I have told, again, see इसमें the concept of teamwork comes. Okay, see mindful engagement means what? ऐसा नहीं है कि top management themselves will frame all the rules. I have told you, engaging everyone in the activity, very very important. Okay, empathy means I have told you about this word, students. Thinking of say things from others' point of view also. Okay, being, हम बोलते हैं ना, being in someone else's shoes and then making a decision. Curiosity means always be curious to learn something new. Okay. Focus, very focus is required in each and everything, students. Okay. Now see, let me see if there is another good video. Let us see this, students. Okay, it should be interesting. Students, company always remember, इसमें वही बोल रहे हैं, when they appoint you for a certain position, they have a lot of trust in you. Okay. Good corporate governance. You have already studied the concept of CG, right? वही का है, fraud, cheating can happen anywhere, students, right? See, क्या दिखा रहे हैं वो लोग, right? It can happen anywhere, but there should be some action taken. That is more important. Yes or no? Okay. There is a lot of pressure, students. Everyone has pressure. Even a small child will have pressure from parents to study. Yes or no? Okay. कॉम्पिटिटिव, अगर हम बोलते हैं ना, इफ वी वांट टू मूव अहेड इन लाइफ, राइट? ये सब प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, इफ यू रिमेम्बर आई हैव टोल्ड, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट, लैक ऑफ ट्रस्ट, ब्रीचिंग इंफॉर्मेशन, ब्रीच करना मतलब तोड़ना. ओके, पर्सनल गेन्स. ओके, कोल्यूशन मीन्स, अगेन आई हैव टोल्ड यू, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट मतलब झगड़े हो रहे. इफ यू रिमेम्बर फर्स्ट लेक्चर आई हैड आल्सो टोल्ड यू अबाउट ग्रुप ऑटोनॉमी, देयर वाज अ पॉइंट, राइट? Be professional. That is what they are talking about, students, right? मतलब वो कैट का बोल रहे हैं स्टूडेंट्स, आई मीन डोंट लीक इन्फॉर्मेशन. मैंने आप लोगों को कहा था द मूवी कॉर्पोरेट, इफ यू सी, बाय मधुर भंडारकर, उसमें वही कहा है. ओके, लॉबिंग का मीनिंग क्या हो जाता है स्टूडेंट्स? हम ग्रुप में मिलके हम बोलते हैं ना, ग्रुप और टीम इज ऑलवेज स्ट्रांग। तो व्हाट नॉर्मली पीपल डू इज ग्रुप बना के व्हाट दे ट्राई टू डू हियर बेसिकली इज फिर दे विल टेक रॉन्ग डिसीजंस इन अ टीम। ओके, ideally that attitude should be avoided. Okay, fulfill the commitments if you are given a date. Okay, MCM and all, you need not worry, students. They are talking about a certain company. Okay. End में students, ethical path if we follow, it will help an employee also and a company also in the long run. Okay. Fine. So I will do one thing now, students. Our time is basically over. So let me stop sharing this. Does anyone have any doubt? Then please ask me now. आज का लेक्चर आई होप आप लोगों को समझ में आया स्टूडेंट्स। आई हैव डन जस्टिस ऑन माय पार्ट। ओके, सो अभी नेक्स्ट लेक्चर जो है, वॉट एवर कंसेप्ट्स आर लेफ्ट आउट वी विल फिनिश दैट। एंड ऑफ कोर्स इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट्स यू कैन ऑलवेज आस्क मी। Fine. So I'll just stop recording now. This video I will upload on YouTube. So for those of